Hello class, today I'm going to teach you about special triangles. So, for certain angles we know the exact, and I mean the exact ratio of these angles. The three angles that we know the exact ratios for are 30, 45, and 60. To help us memorize these exact ratios, we have generated what we call special triangles, so that we know the exact sine, cosine, and tangent ratios for these three angles, which are contained in the triangle. The two triangles that help us memorize those exact ratios are 45, 45, and 90 is one triangle. The second triangle has 30, 60, and 90. So if we look at the first triangle, we have 45, 45, and 90. These are the angles contained inside the triangle. So here's my 90-degree angle. So the two opposite angles are 45 and 45. Now, because we know the exact ratio of this triangle, it means that we know the exact side lengths of this triangle. With the 45, 45, 90, we know that this one side length here is always going to be 1. The side length here is always going to be a ratio of 1, such that these are the equal side lengths of each other. The side length of the hypotenuse is always going to be, if we use Pythagorean, going to be root 2. Since 1 squared plus 1 squared is 2, and then the square root of that is root 2. And we always leave it as root 2 because we want the exact ratio. So, if I now were to figure out the exact ratio of this 45, 45, the sine of the theta is, so if I do 45, sine is opposite over hypotenuse, so 1 over root 2. If I do cos of the theta, I have also 1 over root 2. And the tan of this ratio is going to be 1 over 1, which is just 1. So, regardless of how big or how small this triangle is, the side length here and here are always going to be the same, and this is always going to be root 2 multiple of those two side lengths. Now, if I go into my 30, 60, 90 triangle, here's my 90-degree angle, this is my 60-degree angle, and up here is my 30-degree angle. The side lengths that we know on this triangle is 1, 2, and over here next to the 30 is root 3. Now I always remember that 30 and root 3 always go hand in hand with each other. So, now if I were to do the trigonometric ratios of this triangle, to think about 30 degrees, here's my 30-degree angle, and I want to figure out my sine of my angle. So that's opposite over hypotenuse, so 1 over 2. The cos of 30 is adjacent over hypotenuse, which is root 3 over 2. And tan of this angle is opposite over hypotenuse, so 1 over root 3. Now, if I were to figure out the other angle, 60, I can find the exact ratio for this one as well. So for sine of theta, it's opposite over hypotenuse, which is root 3 over 2. For cos of the 60 degrees, it's adjacent over hypotenuse, which is 1 over 2. And then finally, the tan of the 60 degrees is opposite over adjacent, which is root 3 over 1. Root 3 over 1 is simply just root 3. Now you don't have to memorize this whole chart. What you do need to do is memorize these two triangles. Knowing these two triangles will help you find the ratio of a lot of angles, which you will see in your homework. So memorize these two triangles and it will help you in the long run. Take care.